To go with it, making for another great late summer afternoon along the Front Range today, including here in Ordway.
Yeah, liking the look of that. Storm Tracker 13 Chief Meteorologist Mary Matthews has a check on our temperatures and when we can expect that significant drop in temperatures. Mary, there's been a lot of chatter online about this.
Yeah, certainly so. And it looks like some of the new runs that are starting to come in, the forecast models are actually starting to become a little bit more reasonable in terms of what we can expect. I think the temperature drop is going to be the biggest thing that we will be watching. And we'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. Let's get to the current temperatures first and talk about what's going to happen for the next few days. In terms of the smoke today, it's not all that bad. It's very light across northern El Paso County, parts of the eastern plains, north of I-70. Certainly clearer skies across most of the region, especially as that front pushed through earlier this morning. That did yield more in the way of clear skies and flush out any lingering smoke in some of those valleys, especially west of the interstate. There's the front that moved through this morning. High pressure now moving in behind it will give way to very calm conditions over the next few days. Even more so that we're going to look for a warming trend in a big way. It's going to start tomorrow with temperatures back in the middle 80s for El Paso County, 90s across the eastern plains, so a good 10-degree warm up just at about a 24-hour period, and it gets even warmer as we move through the weekend. In terms of winds are going to be pretty calm tomorrow. We'll deal with a few gusty winds across Kit Carson County and the far eastern plains this evening as that disturbance starts to move farther east across the central plains, and we'll have calmer conditions for Friday afternoon, which means if you have the day off, you're going to be boating, hiking, golfing, working on that golf swing, anything of that nature. It's going to be a great day for activities you like to participate in where less wind is favorable. Temperatures are going to be back up into the 90s for parts of Pueblo and Pueblo West tomorrow, but those lakes should be a little bit calmer for Friday afternoon. Heading into Saturday is when we start flirting with record-breaking heat for this time of year. It's not to say we haven't felt temperatures this hot so far this season, as it technically is still summer. Remember, the fall equinox doesn't occur until September 22nd, but given the time of year that we're getting into now, temperatures typically start to drop off into the low 80s for Colorado Springs and low 90s across the eastern plains. So we could be talking some record-breaking heat for parts of Highway 50, both Saturday and Sundays. In terms of rain showers, we're not expecting any for the next good 72 hours. So if you have outdoor plans, keep those plans. Enjoy the weekend. Keep yourself well hydrated, though, because the heat is certainly going to return. Here's what happens Monday and into Tuesday of next week. We keep mostly dry conditions in the forecast and fairly mild temperatures for Monday afternoon, actual Labor Day. But look at this jet across the lower 48 that really occurs Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday. This is going to mean the possibility for some fairly sharp drop in temperatures, a good 30-degree drop. We could be talking wind chill readings in the 30s. But in terms of moisture, how much available moisture will we have? We know we'll have the energy, but what about that moisture supply? That is something that is to be determined. Doesn't matter what the forecast models are putting out right now, until you get about 36 to 48 hours out, you kind of have to throw it out. So I would say the key message right now is we've got the cold, we've got the energy. The next component is going to be how much moisture will we have, and you just won't know that until you get a little bit closer. And by closer, I mean the weekend time frame where the confidence will start to increase. So my point to you is watch Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Keep your eyes on it. It's one to watch. A fairly quick cold snap, probably 2 to 3 days at the very most, the least, maybe 24-hour period, because that trough's going to lift back towards the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes as early as Thursday, and temperatures will start to moderate out. So it is not going to be a long-lived event, but could we have some hard freeze conditions across the high country? It's going to be possible. Is it enough to blow out sprinklers just yet? Likely not. May need to just leave the faucet dripping or maybe turn off the water supply for early next week. But in terms of overall winterizing, I don't think that's necessary just yet. Overnight lows will be hovering around freezing, though, Tuesday night into Wednesday of next week for parts of Pueblo. Canyon City, we continue with very warm temperatures into the holiday weekend. And then by Tuesday, we look for the potential for rain and snow. It's both going to be likely. Right now, more so, we're going to go with some rain for the lower terrain areas, but places like Woodland Park are likely to get the first measurable snow of the season. Likely. Remember, it is a science, it is a probability, and we have to keep watching it, and we'll certainly fine-tune this forecast into the weekend. Back to you guys.